What's up guys, Chris here from Earnings Winner, and today I am looking at the symbol RH. This chart looks kind of messy at first glance, but it is actually kind of interesting. Once you develop pattern recognition, you can start to see an edge in your trading within a chart that would otherwise look messy to an untrained eye. So let me show you what I'm looking at and why this chart is interesting to me. So down here at the bottom we have two E's on the chart. These indicate the earnings announcement for when the company reported earnings, and I'm on Earnings Winner IO, which is our scanner app, which we can use to find the best earnings plays, which is how I located RH. So if we look at the previous quarter, looking at the price action, earnings had a 15% spike, which was rather large. We had this huge gap up, followed by this sell-off, and buyers finally stepped in to form this base and this bottom support zone, and we had this rally over the next couple of weeks and sold off. It's not a coincidence that it caught inside this support level again, and just continued to chop sideways and just consolidate and trade within this overall zone. And then most recently had another earnings announcement, a strong reaction to earnings, popped the price back up. It was met with this former level of resistance, sold back off, all the way back down to support, and now here it's bouncing once again. So this is kind of basic support and resistance, and I don't like to draw my support and resistance with lines because they're zones. This isn't an exact science, so you don't want to pinpoint any specific price, but rather a zone. So we can kind of draw our support zone here, and we can draw the zone of resistance up here near the top of the range, about around here. Again, it's not exact, but now you can see that every time the price came down to the support zone, it bounced and went up multiple times over the last couple of months, and the same with this resistance zone as well. Like once it got near the resistance, it started to pull back, started to pull back, started to pull back, started to pull back. So the play here is to wait until it gets down to this support zone. That's your trigger to buy, and then you would sell as it reaches this resistance zone. And how do you determine if this is a good consolidation pattern to trade versus others? What you can do on earningswinner.io, we have advanced drawing tools. If you click on this measure tool and click on the bottom of the range, and then at the top of the range, you can actually measure the percentage gain from the bottom to the top. So this has about a 16 or 15% range, and that gives us enough cushion not to try and predict where the bottom will be, which is impossible, or predict where the top will be, but rather get a good position in this zone and still get a good profit out of the trade. So that's a crash course on support and resistance. I hope you enjoyed the video. I will catch up with you guys later. See ya.